and welcome to a gambling video. So of course, like the other videos, we're looking for upgrades for our character, but hopefully we do also make a little bit of profit. So the first one's going to be cobalt jewels. Since I've been using the same jewels since I first started the aura stacking build for about 3.5 weeks now, they're in need for a change. This one is pretty good because what we want is percent max ES and the reduced mana implicit. And if I bring up PoE.trade real quick, part of Exalt.trade rather, and if you just search for any jewel with max ES and mana reserved implicit and nothing else, they start at around 6 Exalts, and that's not even looking at the other mods, they're pretty bad. So they're pretty expensive if you want to get really good ones. So what I've done is I've got a whole stash tab of cobalt jewels, and I've just chaos spammed them till they had maximum energy shield. So these all have maximum energy shield. Now I didn't look at the other rolls, so some of them could be really good, some of them are probably really bad, but at the end of the day they all have ES, which is the most important stat on them. And we're just gonna corrupt all of those to get mana reserved on them. The second gamble is gonna be for the cluster jewels. Now these have been corrupting quite a lot since I've been playing this build, and I'm probably at around 120 corrupted already without a single mana reserved one. But hopefully that will change today, because I've been stacking up quite a bit of them. And if you look at this tab, so we have 60 of them in total, and they all have Endbringer and Purposeful Harbinger. See, and they all should have 4 or 5 passives with the Herald enchant as well. I did not go for the minion damage. So those are going for about 2 exalts now, and even if they're corrupted, they pretty much are still the same value, so as long as they don't break, you don't lose money. But of course quite a few of them will break and change like the nodes on them, but we will see. Now these ones, the price have been going through the roof for mana reserved on them. If I bring up again the trade website here, so if you look for maximum 5 passives, Endbringer, Harbinger and Jewel Socket, and then the good enchant with mana reserved, and if you search, yeah, they're about 73 exalts and still going up, which is quite insane, especially since you don't really lose a lot of money corrupting them, because you can get corrupted blood, which is about 5 or 6 exalts still, so we'll see what we do with those. And then that was supposed to be the gamble, but then today I ran like 60 Chayula stones and I was like, hey, why don't I buy the amulets and corrupt these? But I quickly regretted that, since before corrupting these you also want to anoint them, which this is a golden oil anoint, and then of course I also got a catalyst to get a 24% on it. So all of these are 16 attributes, they have the anoint, and they're all 20 quality with the life and mana modifiers. So hopefully we can get some cool enchants on these. Like, I haven't checked the prices, but there's like a lot of good corrupts you can get, because even getting the because you can get grants level 23 purity skills, and those might be good this league since people are starved on sockets for the stacking builds. And then we have one more gamble, and it's just a little, well, kind of meme one, since from the Chayulas I also got all these skins, but I haven't really checked the prices of them, which colors are good and stuff, so we're just gonna corrupt them all and then probably see if we got some really good ones, but I doubt there's any like single corrupted ones that are gonna be worth a lot of money. So I'm gonna quickly go over the prices of this gamble. So the cobalt jewels, we had 144, I bought them at 3 chaos each. I managed to get a few of them in bulk, which was very nice, but a lot of them I just put them back on my filter and got them myself, but about 100 or so were bought, so it's about 3 exalts. It did take me 2900 chaos though to roll maximum energy shield on all of them, which, I mean, honestly is more than I thought I would pay, because I thought it would be way more common, but it's actually not too bad considering we have 144 of them. So as long as we had 4 mana reduced in these, those alone will already pay it back. And I mean, there's still a possibility there's some really good jewels in here I haven't checked, so. And then of course the Valor, but they're pretty cheap, so it's about 23 exalts in this tab. Then the second one, the second most expensive, I guess, the Presence of Chayula. Now, these are actually very cheap, like the Blessing is 25 chaos, and this is the bulk price. You can get them single at 15 chaos. And then the Eyes of Chayula, they're actually about 10 chaos each, so they're almost the same price as the Blessing, but they were pretty annoying to buy, because obviously no one has these in bulk, so you had to buy one by one, but I did it anyway. So at first I thought like, hey, this isn't gonna be too bad. And then of course the Blast Orbs, I mean 9 chaos, I may as well have left it out, but just put it in there. And then the Catalyst, I mean the Catalyst pretty expensive, because they're about 3 chaos each and you get 1200 of them. And then of course the anointment. I mean, luckily it's only one golden oil, and they're pretty cheap this league, like almost half an X each only. So that helps, but I mean it still adds up quite a lot. And at the end there's 71 exalts, so it's like, if you think about it, it's only a little bit over 1x for each one, which isn't too bad, but I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of trouble reselling these, because I don't think people really look for ones that already have an enchant and are like have the quality on them, so might lose some money on this gamble. But oh yeah, I should have mentioned they also are all item level 84 or higher, so there's a chance we get one with quantity on it, which, I mean, again, I have no idea on the prices. I will probably, after following everything, pause the video and look at the prices, and then do a full conclusion of it. And then of course the last, these jewels, I got them all for about 2 exalts each. Like, they've gone up quite a bit, because when I first started corrupting them they were barely 1 exalt each or even less, so. But I mean, like I said, most of them, if they don't break, they will resell for about 2 exalts each, so even though this is 120x, this one is less risky than this one, I feel like, but we will see what we do. So, and then the skins, I mean, it's just a bonus, really, because most of them are, I'm gonna guess, only worth a divine or two, so probably not that much. There might be a few of them in there that are like an X or two, but I haven't checked, and I'm just planning to vault them anyway. So it's about 215 exalts, not counting the skins, so this is just this tab and this tab, but I'm now gonna speed up the video, vol everything, and then we're gonna go over what we got, so enjoy.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
And there we are, everything vault and a little bit organized, so I'm gonna go over everything that we got, and then after that I'll pause it, do a price check of everything, and come back with the, well, I'm gonna say it right now, spoiler alert, we definitely profited, but So first the Cobalt Jewels, I think I forgot to mention as well that they could have gone unique, but the only unique ones that are worth are Fever Mind, which we got two of, and one of them is max rolled, the other one is pretty high rolled, so these are together almost one Exalt already, so I mean I say already, which, considering this is 23 Exalts, is pretty hard. Now this one was the one that surprised me the most, since we only got two of them that are reduced mana, and the older rolls on them are pretty bad, like almost non-existent, but like you saw, I mean there's still at least 6 Exalts, so there's 12 Exalts, 13 Exalts, but and then we got one with Corrupted Blood only in a full tab, so and I haven't gone through the other jewels yet because some of them might be good, but afterwards I will go through all the rare jewels as well and see if maybe one of them is worth something. But this is the result. We got a lot of Brittle Barriers and the other ones. Then the big money tab. The presences went actually really well because out of 60 of them we only brick 12, which is I think insanely lucky. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be, well, at least from what I know, I think it's like a 50-50 to go rare. But someone can put on the comment section that I'm definitely wrong about that. But either way, 12 out of 60, that's very lucky, I think. And then the other ones, all the ones that I put here, so these are all unchanged. It's plus 16 to all. So all these are unchanged, so they can be resold. And then these all got an implicit, and I've kind of put them together. Like these ones are the implicits I think are worth the least, so it's just strength, int. I mean maybe the stats ones are decent, but fire damage, stats, life is probably not too great. Another one with dex, int, and then wed, which I don't think any attack builds use this. Well, maybe this league actually, but I don't think it's that good. And then this row, these ones all got the purity skills, which is what I think is going to be worth a bit. So we got Malevolence, Purity of Fire, Lightning, Lightning again, Elements, which Elements I don't think is worth a lot because I don't think anyone is using Purity of Elements. And then the ones here all have Aura Effect, which is, Zealotry is pretty good, Determination is not great, Discipline is really good and it's a decent roll as well. Anger, Pride is not too great, Wrath is very good, so these ones might be worth something as well, and then of course these. And then the biggest one, the 120 Exalts and Ringer. So I'm gonna spoil now like how many we got with mana reserved, and it's pretty crazy. We actually got 3 of them, which is just insane. Even if I got one of them I would have been happy, but 3 is just insane I think, especially since I went 120 of them roughly without a single one, and I got 3 in 60. So the whole gambling session, I mean, just these 3 jewels alone will already pay it back. So we like obviously already profited, but I'm not gonna sell them. I'm gonna use them myself, but I'll count them out of course. And then we got 2 of them with corrupted blood, which these are probably still 5 to 8 exalts maybe. I will check later. And then we actually bricked quite a few of these. If I do, so these as well. So we bricked 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we bricked 19 of them, which is quite a lot. Like I didn't think we'd brick this many, but considering we got lucky on the presences, it doesn't matter here. And then these other ones, these are all, well, either unchanged. Well, these ones are unchanged, or the implicit I got is not great, so like this. And then the ones I put here, these implicits might be worth something. Cannot be maimed. Some pen, some crit chance. So these implicits, 5% damage, silence. So these implicits might be worth something. So that's why I put them in this row. So we will price check it later. And then of course the dump tab, the skins, which I didn't have too much high hopes for, and good thing I didn't, because we bricked a lot of these. Like how much is this? 1 2 3 4 5 15 16 16 out of 35, so that's a 50-50 brick, which like I said with the presences, that's what I think the ratio actually is. It's supposed to go 50-50, but guess we got really lucky on the presences and unlucky, well, not unlucky, but just normal on these. And then the ones that did get an implicit out of these is only the first 5, and the only one with the plus level implicit is this one, with 4 blues, 1 red, 1 green. I actually think those are good colors, so this one might be worth a bit. And the other implicit is this, well, reduced taken, Maxius, reduced taken, and life. So, and plus these colors aren't too great, I don't think, at least. And some here got a white socket, so we're gonna need to price check all of these. So I'm gonna cut it out now and price check everything and put everything together and add up how much profit we made. So we've gone through everything and priced everything to the best as we can. I'm gonna quickly go over the prices of everything and how much profit we ended up making. So start off with the cobalt jewels. This is the only section we made loss on. Since the only good things I've gone through, well, technically we probably didn't make loss, but I'll explain that. So the ones that are obviously worth money are these two. Together they're about 1 exalt because they're very good rolled. And then the jewels we got, the 2 reserve mana, and they quickly went up to 7x at least, even without any mods. I mean, this one, even though it's very bad, it at least has strength and dex, which is something. And then this one has some spell damage with dual wielding and strength and int, which int is ES. I mean, they're really bad jewels, but I went through all the ones listed for 6 to 10x, and honestly, most of them are way worse than this, so I think 7 and 9x is reasonable prices for these two to sell. And then the Corrupted Blood one, put it at 2x, because, I mean, it's max rolled ES and max rolled Chaos Multi, which is a really good stats, and I went through the ones with Chaos Multi and max ES, and they're around 2 exalts, so those are the only ones I've priced. And what I'm gonna do with the other jewels is I'm just gonna put this tab at a 50 chaos buyout, and then, you know, I'll probably sell a few of the rare jewels, then I'll lower it to 30 chaos, lower it to 20 chaos, you know, to 10 chaos, and every time, like, I'll probably sell a few jewels here and there, so I do think I'll make eventually the money back out of this. Quickly bring the notepad up. So just from these jewels together, it's about 19 exalts I'll get back, but since it cost me 23.5x, we made a 4.5 exalt loss, but like I said, I didn't count the rare jewels, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably get at least 4.5x out of them. I mean, I haven't seen any insane ones, but I mean, this one, for example, is a max ES, max mana, crit multi, and area damage. Like, that's a really good jewel, so I'm very sure that might actually be a really good one, but you know, there's probably some decent ones there that will sell. So, you know, I think technically we probably made break even out of this tab, I would say. Then the next one, I guess the presences. So the way I went about this, all the ones that are unchanged and the ones with like enchants that, or corruptions, I would say, that are like not too great, like these ones as well. I just put them all at 1x because making this amulet with the quality and the enchant, it costs about 1.3 exalts. So if I sell it already pre-made for 1 exalt, you know, I'm pretty sure they will sell. Especially since the enchant is the most used enchant this league. Like, I checked Pew Ninja and so many people are using presents with this enchant, so that's why I use this enchant to corrupt them. And then the other ones, so these 7, so I have a 2x one, 3x, 4, and then these are 8 and 12. But I put these as good realistic corruptions since I do think for these prices these will actually sell. I've checked the ones listed as well, and there's a few listed with these enchants. Some of them don't even have quality, so mine are technically better, and these are around the price that they are. Like the Discipline one, it's probably underpriced even, since there's I think 4 others with this. No, well, there's 4 others, but 2 of them are at 8 and 10x, and they don't have quality, which mine does. And then the ones that do have quality are at like 14 and 16, so you know, technically it's underpriced, but I want to try and keep this as realistic as possible, so you know, I only put it at 8x. And then red, same thing, there's 2 of them at 10x and 12x, and they both don't even have quality, so you know, mine does have quality, so it should be better than those, and it's a better roll than ones listed, because 19%, so you know, realistically, I mean, even if I get 10x, you know, I put 30x in total because if you add all these up, it actually comes out to 36 exalts. So I already lowballed even these prices that are already lowballed. So you know, added it to 30x. And then there's 3 really good ones. Now, the issue with these is I do think that the way they're priced is very unrealistic, but I'm gonna bring up part of Exalt trade here. So if you look for presents with the correct enchant, now normally you wouldn't look for the enchant, but since this league so many people are using this, there's actually so many amulets listed with the enchant that you know, you may as well include the enchant. And then I just selected one of the purity implicits, and if you search, and even this is online and offline, there's 14 of them, and the cheapest one is 40 exalts, which, you know, honestly, I don't think like these will sell, at least not very fast, because this one, for example, it has a double implicit, and it's also 40 exalts. It's been listed for 7 hours. Well, you could have lowered the price, but still, I mean, you can see there's quite a few, like 42, 48, and quickly goes up. So I put these at 50 since the cheapest Purity of Lightning one was this one, I think, at 60 with 20 quality. There was one without quality, I think, for 50, but no, don't see it anymore. But so yeah, I don't know how realistic these will actually sell for. So oh, this one's actually insane. Also curse and this. So yeah, see that one might sell for a mirror honestly, but and this double implicit, but yeah, like the other ones, I'll probably keep them listed at around 40 exalts and maybe they sell, but for the purpose of this video, I counted them at 10 exalts each, so 30 exalts for these, which, I mean, at least, like, I'm pretty sure they will at least sell for 10 exalts, uh, so yeah, total 98 exalts if they all sell. That makes it a 26 exalt profit, assuming they all sell for these prices, which, honestly, I do think I'll get more out of them, but, gotta be realistic. Next is the big jewel, the Purposeful Harbinger. So, I mean, as you saw probably earlier, we got very lucky and got the 3 with reduced mana, which are 74 exalts each. Now, I'm not gonna sell these, I'm just gonna use them myself, but obviously I did add them to the price check. The other ones, we have 28 that are unchanged or have implicits that don't really add value. I checked all the implicits on these, by the way, so they're just 2 exalts again, so 56x. And then we have 5 that have like a decent implicit, but it's not insane, and they're like 2.5x, so half an x profit on those. And then these ones, first one with damage, they're actually 3 exalts, which I find, I mean, I guess it's understandable, but I'm pretty sure for most builds, like lightning pen, since most builds have a lot of lightning damage, it's probably better than the 5% damage, but hey, people want it. And then these ones are actually 10 exalts, and there's quite a lot of them listed at 10 to 12, 13, like quickly goes up. So I do actually think they will sell for 10 exalts with 1% pen for all elements. So, and then the corrupted blood ones are 8 exalts each, and then these we've spoken about. So all in all, we got, if I sold all these jewels for the prices listed, of course, it will be around 329 exalts. Minus the 120 exalts we started with, so we've 200 and almost 10 exalts profit from these, which is absolutely insane. And before you all start mass voling these, uh, do keep in mind I probably got insanely lucky to get 3 of these, which is pretty much all the profit. If you removed all these 3, I actually made loss, even though I got some other decent ones. So, and seeing how I've went like 130 of them without a single one, I do say like I've been insanely lucky to get 3 of them, but I think on average you might expect maybe 1 out of this sample, which would still have made profit, but it's up to you if you want to risk it. So in total, everything we got is about 446 exalts, minus the 215 exalts we started with, we got 230 exalts profit, which is pretty much these 3 jewels that I'm just gonna use myself. But if everything else sells for the money I put into it, and I got these 3 jewels for free, I mean, I'm more than happy with that. And then of course the bonus gamble, I guess, these. I've quickly checked them, and honestly there's just so many of them listed that I don't see any of them actually being worth anything. Maybe some niche colors, but I haven't really went through all the colors because I started with it, and honestly most of them are pretty worthless. Like even this one that has 4 blue, 1 red, 1 green, which has really good colors and +2. It's 2 exalts, and the other ones at 2 exalts have a second implicit with max ES with it, so they're pretty worthless, so I'm just gonna skip them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.